Elon Musk's brain chips changed the legal system forever. His company, Neuralink, has been developing brain implants, and after several rocky years, the FDA finally gave them approval to start testing on humans. As of now, we don't know when human trials will start or the extent of them, but the company is actively looking for people with disabilities, such as paralysis and vision or hearing loss, to participate. Did this AI Trump video trick hundreds of people into giving up thousands of dollars? Would you fall for this?
To invest their future and to get as many TRB membership handbooks as they can.
Looks good to me, right? Wrong. So Trump bucks, coins, and checks were sold by companies that operated completely independently of former President Donald Trump. I mean, come on, who would believe that? Oh, the vulnerable elderly people who fall for these scams all the time? Unfortunately, elderly people are usually the prime target for scams like this. It's such a widespread issue that this YouTuber actually makes videos pretending to be an old lady and scamming the scammers back. 3 ways you're making your home a target for criminals. Holiday edition. Number 1, tree placement. Gosh, I love putting my tree next to my front window so everyone can see how many presents I have. You know who else can see? Burglars. Having your tree in your front window is a shining beacon that says, look how many presents you can steal. I'm so glad I got that Christmas bonus. I got everybody way more gifts than I got last year. Oh, okay, looks like I'm gonna need a bigger sack for all my new presents. Number 2, cords through the window. Perfect, and all I had to do is run the cord through my open window. Oh look, an open window. I can easily identify because of the cord coming out of it. This looks like a perfect place to do my Grinching. Oh, and number 3, take out your trash. Now that the gifts are open, I can get rid of all these boxes. Wow, new TV, PlayStation? You can tell a lot about a person by what they leave out on Christmas Day. Now when I rob this guy, I'll make sure I won't miss anything. I have my milk can. Ah, my presents are gone. How? Looks like I got everything I asked for this year. Skipping school could land your whole family in jail. First, most schools require you to be in attendance a minimum number of days per year. All right, class, let's take attendance. Billy? Where's Billy? Yep, that's his last absence before.
Sorry, I'm late. I missed the bus.
Too bad, you're expelled.
What? You can't.
Well, technically you can because of truancy.
What's truancy?
Just a fancy word for missing a certain amount of days without a valid excuse. And missing the bus isn't a good excuse.
Oh, come on. I missed a few classes. So what? It's not like they're actually going to send me to jail.
In some states, missing just 3 classes could give your school's vice principal or truancy officer authorization to give you a ticket.
Oh, no, not a ticket.
Or make you appear in court.
Appearing in court. Oh, whatever.
Or arrest you during school hours and take you before a judge.
Yeah, well, at least the consequences of my actions only affect me.
Some states even have laws that hold your parents accountable for truancy. They can receive fines or even jail time.
What?
A girl in Colorado spent a month in a detention center for missing 43 days, and her parents were sent to jail for 10 days and paid a fine. Look, kid, you missed the bus. I'll let it slide, but don't let it happen again.
Yeah, I'll make sure my bus doesn't come 20 minutes early next time.
Thank you. Things cops can do to you that you can't do back. Let's say I legally pull you over. I'll say license and registration, and then legally I have to show it. Now let's say I get legally pulled over and I try to say, what's your name and badge number, officer? Sure, write this down. Last name Stick, first name You're a Dip. Oh. Yeah, just because you have to identify yourself doesn't mean I have to. Some police departments require officers to verbally identify themselves, but it's not required by law. Some states make us display it, but we don't have to say it. Doesn't that create an unfair power imbalance? Welcome to America, pal. Take it up with George Washington. Here's your ticket. Netflix save a girl's life? In 2017, then 9-year-old Kayla Unbehan went missing, but of course you'd know that if you watch Netflix's Unsolved Mysteries. Might have to change the name to Solved Mysteries because Kayla has been found. Thanks to the popularity of the show, she was found in Asheville, North Carolina by a shop owner who recognized her from the series. She was found with her mother, who did not have custody of Kayla and has since been returned to her father in Illinois. And finally, did the Liver King pay to make his lawsuit go away? So as we all know, Liver King was found using steroids, and because of that, he was sued for $25 million over false advertising claims. But update, the case was dismissed, and for some reason that information flew completely under the radar. Essentially, the guy who filed the case opted to dismiss it himself. However, with prejudice means he also cannot ever file this lawsuit again. My educated guess is he probably got paid. Your boss legally spy on you? In fact, your employer can spy on you at work much more than you think. Do you have a work email? Don't send anything you wouldn't send to your grandma. In most cases, employers can read anything sent or received from an employee's email address. And be careful browsing. Employers should let you know if they monitor your traffic, but generally when you're on their systems, they have the right to view whatever you watch.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. And be careful with phone lines too. Employers typically can't listen in on private conversations, but if you take a personal call on a company line, they may be able to. So it's really embarrassing, but I kind of have to tell you about this.
Mike, hang up!
Sorry. Never never do this in front of a judge if you want to win your case. Number 1, interrupt the other party. Your Honor, my client was completely unaware of the defendant's business dealings
He was too aware. I called him every night. He never picked up, but I left a lot of voicemails.
Counsel, this guy's got to chill. Wait until the judge asks you to speak, or wait until the other side finishes and asks for permission to speak. Number 2, planned speeches.
These men of commerce harbor intentions of my demise. Lo, 'twas thy hand that sanctioned their dominion, Tony.
No, speak naturally. Planned speeches seem rehearsed. Trust your knowledge and be genuine in your responses. Methinks chicanery is afoot. His rejoinders bear the mark of rehearsal. 'Tis a cause for suspicion. Number 3, use profanity. How many timeshares did you sell before my client was aware that they were all in Nebraska?
You piece of mother. I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Everyone out of the car. Even the passengers? Quick legal tip. Just because you called shotgun doesn't mean you get a free pass. In a valid traffic stop, the cops have authority over everyone, not just the driver. And you must comply with reasonable requests for our safety. But don't forget your rights. Ask if you're free to go. If they say yes, calmly leave. If they say no, repeat after me. I invoke the fifth, and I want to speak to a lawyer. Mr. Beast just crashed a freight train into a giant pit. But how is he not breaking the law? The first is he likely owns everything. The land, the train, and even the hole. But he'd also have to get permits for every crane, every explosion, every... whatever that is. Not only that, but he would also have to comply with OSHA requirements. Things like safety training for all employees, special licenses for heavy machinery, and a medical team on set. Medic, out of the way, what happened?
I built a giant death trap.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need backup. And don't get me started on the contestants. Contestants would have to sign liability waivers before doing anything, or Mr. Beast could be putting himself at a huge legal risk. In fact, Mr. Beast probably has warehouses full of stressed accountants, whose only job is to make sure that thousands of contestants a year receive millions of dollars of prize money. Some small countries don't even move that kind of money. That's more than enough legal trouble for anyone. But after 10 years of being on YouTube, Mr. Beast's legal team is probably almost perfect. There's just one thing you're missing, Mr. Beast. Don't ever say this to a judge. Judge, it appears you did not read my papers. You're basically telling the judge they didn't do their job, which is extremely disrespectful. Number 2, don't say, huh? What? You're in the judge's house. Act like it. Try this. Your Honor, I just missed what the court said. I'm sorry. Can you please repeat it? This is what to say when the cops say, will you come down to the station for a quick interview?
Yeah, I guess.
That ain't it, Chief. If they're asking, not telling, then repeat after me. I invoke the fifth right now, but I may speak with you later. Sure, they may only think you're a witness, but they may also think that you're a suspect. It's always best to let your lawyer find out what they want, so you don't say something that may end up in court. You sue someone if you're under 18? Here's 3 ways you can. Number 1, getting your parents to sue on your behalf. I'm here on behalf of my son who was wronged and we demand compensation.
Yeah, tell him.
Number 2, ask the court to appoint a guardian ad litem to sue on your behalf. My name is Law by Mike and I'm here to represent this child in this devastating tear-free shampoo class action.
Yeah, tell him.
Ad litem is just fancy legal talk for representing someone in a lawsuit that can't represent themselves, like a child.
Yeah, Mike's awesome.
That's right, champ. Or number 3, just wait, you'll turn 18 eventually. But if you decide to wait, just keep a few things in mind. Statute of limitations is the deadline you have to file your case, but if you're a minor, it usually doesn't begin until the day you turn 18. Basically, if the statute of limitations is 2 years, then that means you have until you're 20 to file. So if options 1 or 2 don't work, then you can just wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. Waiting. Still waiting. These are 3 things teachers think they can do, but legally can't. The first has to do with hairstyles.
So we're gonna pretend this isn't amazing?
Even if a teacher doesn't like your hair, they're not allowed to cut it themselves. What teachers can do is ask you to change it, but only if it breaks the school's dress code. Here's what you say. What part of the dress code is my hair breaking? If your teacher can't answer, you might not have to change it.
Boom! Boy!
Next, teachers can't go through your phone.
Give me that.
I was trying to subscribe to Law by Mike. Could she do that?
And sure, they can take your phone if you're disrupting class, but they can't search it unless they have reasonable suspicion it contains proof you broke a school rule or law.
Fine, but I'm not letting you leave.
Forcing you to stay after school is another thing teachers think they can do, but can't. It's usually legal for your teacher to ask you to stay after school, but they can't force you to stay. Legally, you can leave, but you'll probably get in more trouble with the school.
Too bad.